The Detroit Pistons are now 12-2 to start the 2025 season, riding an 11-game win streak, and now sit atop the Eastern Conference standings, which is their best start in over 20 years. Remember just 2 seasons ago when they were the laughingstock of the NBA? In a season where they won just 14 games, their fan base endured 2 months of brutal losing 28 straight games, tying an NBA record. We thought Cade Cunningham was a bust. He was under much scrutiny, and last year Cade put all of that to bed as he had a breakout season, averaging 26 points a game, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds on career-high shooting percentages. Cade's been a guy who's capable of putting up 30 points and 10 assists on a nightly basis, while also finding ways to create offense out of thin air, whether it's via pass or creating his own shot, even on broken possessions. He bodies small defenders and outclasses bigger defenders by driving into the paint with his elite handle. In terms of his development, his ability to process defenses have gotten a lot quicker, and he's made sharper reads out of double teams while also being stronger, calmer, and more decisive when it matters the most. All season, Cade Cunningham has been super clutch, leading the Pistons offense to the best net rating in the fourth quarter, while also showing some flashes of being a great two-way player. Can you imagine once he regains his form as a shooter? Because to start this season, he's been a little off, but just imagine how lethal he'll be once his three-pointer starts dropping. He's taking another step to becoming an NBA superstar, and if he can improve his efficiency and the Pistons keep winning along the way, he's going to force himself into the MVP conversation. Like every contender with a superstar, they're gonna need a reliable second option. Enter Jalen Duren. In year 4, Jalen Duren is taking the leap, averaging 20 points and 12 rebounds while playing under 30 minutes a game. He's rapidly evolving as a two-way player, anchoring the third best defense in the NBA while also growing as an offensive player. Early in his career, he was restricted to just being a simple lob threat, but now he's a legitimate offensive contributor, taking guys off the dribble, passing out of double teams, and gets to the line pretty often and knocks them in at a pretty consistent rate. Together with Cade, they built an effective half-court offense, which something you wouldn't say about Detroit in the past. When defenses come to trap Cade Cunningham, Jalen is right in position to be a dribble away from a shot at the rim, whether it's a layup or a dunk, and routinely punishes opposing defenses as a short roller. He works well with Cade as an effective screener, which allows Cade to get downhill into the paint, and this could be the year that Jalen Duren breaks out as an all-star as Cade Cunningham's sidekick. While Cade and Jalen have formed a stellar duo, Ausar Thompson is doing everything he can to make it an elite trio. Ausar is kind of a guy that does it all as a point forward. He does the dirty work on the glass while also being a slasher to the rim as an elite off-ball cutter, and Ausar has the tools to be a top-flight wing defender while also being a great on-ball defender, as he's routinely able to funnel the offense into the waiting arms of either Isaiah Stewart or Jalen Duren. Ausar's game perfectly complements both Jalen Duren's and Cade Cunningham's, as they form an elite trio and form a strong core, including a guard, a wing, and a big. Detroit's identity is based on tough defense and dominates in the paint. They're second in the NBA in terms of defensive rating at 109.7, and then second in the league in half-court defense, where they have a defensive rating of 89. This unit is meant to make opposing offenses work for every bucket, while funneling everything into the middle of the floor, only for someone to come up with a key block or deflection at the rim. Detroit's defense makes even the simplest of actions look like a chore. Ausar Thompson starts it all at the point of attack, while Cade Cunningham and Jenkins erase angles, and Duren and Stewart clean up the mess at the basket. All part of a defense designed to squeeze the life out of opposing offenses with smothering defense. They aren't quite OKC just yet, but they certainly have a similar formula. Mind you, Detroit is having all of this success early on in the season, despite the absence of Jaden Ivey. Despite being led by a young core where Cade Cunningham is 24 years old, Jalen Duren is just 22, Ausar Thompson is also 22, Detroit still touts some solid veterans in their lineup. Tobias Harris and Duncan Robinson will be huge later on, as each have a ton of playoff experience. Duncan Robinson continues to produce at age 31, returning to the state where he broke out in college. The sharpshooter is knocking down 42% of his shots from deep, which ranks the second highest in his career. With Cade making the leap to being an NBA superstar and Jalen Duran's leap to becoming an all-star, this accelerates Detroit's timeline into becoming a contender for the Eastern Conference Finals. They also have some assets in terms of trade ammo to add even more talent before the trade deadline. In a year where the Eastern Conference is lacking veteran talent, it might be time for this young Pistons core to shock the NBA.